With great honor, let me invite Dr. Minimol Korulla, Vice President and Head, Strategic Project, Maccaferri, India, to deliver her talk on jute geotextiles successful use in mine dump stabilization. Dr. Minimol Korulla is having more than 25 years of industrial experience in landslide mitigation, ground improvement, and flood control. She is a part of the formulation committees of national and international forums like ISO, IS, IRC, and committed to bring sustainable and innovative technologies to practice. Presently, Dr. Minimol Korulla is working in Maccaferri as Head, Strategic Projects and Initiatives for India and Southeast Asian countries. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon. So my topic is jute geotextile successful use in dump stabilization. So by a case study, I'm from that the geosynthetic manufacturing group or industry. Dr. Madhavi was speaking about her familiarity with the geosynthetics, and she started now seeing the jute geotextiles. So my case is similar. I was working in the geosynthetic industry, but I'm proud and happy to tell that I'm part of an organization which is, while working in the geosynthetics manufacturing and promoting that, with a lot of respect for natural geotextiles. And wherever the use is possible, we are, without any hesitation, we are using it also. So this case study, again, like Madhavi found the photograph of her grandmother, I was happened to see the big potential of the jute geotextile in 2018 when my organization has celebrated its 20 years in India. And I was having as the senior most and oldest member, I had to make the journey of the geosynthetics in India. And that time, this particular case study, I had to take, and I had to talk with the clients, who were the decision-making people who are behind to take the decision that we can go for the different types of flexible systems which is applicable for mine dump stabilization. And they have very big way, they have supported whatever the systems were adopted there, and very happily they told that it was one of the best decision that they have gone for natural geotextiles for the dump stabilization. So that time onwards, I started re-looking into the erosion control, especially the use of the natural geotextiles, because the concept is like that, it's the durability. Durability for the jute, it is only months or maybe few years, or the coir, it is like that. But for when it is coming to the erosion control, it's doing all the aspects maybe better than the geosynthetics in many cases, and even the durability it is imparting. Finally, the structure is safe and it is working. What else is needed? Now, another small personal incidents. I was having some jute sarees, which was presented by my brother in an airport. Suddenly he wanted to give something as a gift, and the nearby showroom, good jute sarees were there, and I told that this may not stand, but I like it. It was so beautiful. But he told that, okay, how many you want? He bought me 5 sarees, okay, brothers. So, and I was wearing it for 2 years, constantly I was wearing, because whenever I was wearing, somebody will tell that you looks very young, beautiful, okay. So, women will be so much flattered by that, and they will repeatedly do it. But I am a defense wife, and a lot of relocation happens for us. So somehow this has gone to the bottom part of my suitcases. And recently, one more relocation happened, and I took it. And I was seeing that after 12 years, they are same. They are very beautiful. I don't know what is being used. It was the one who sold it told that they have not used any type of the artificial anything in that. But it was so fresh, and now I am using it. Last few months, I am using it. So the jute, while we are talking about its durability, I think that there's a lot more to explore. I'm sure that by hearing Dr. Madhavi, those type of researches will happen, and really the potential has to be, the magic has to be brought out, and the misunderstanding has to be removed. I don't know, this Sadi story is not having any type of backup to substantiate, only my personal experience, but this is something which is having a lot of real substantiation in the form of the papers published. Even Dr. Madhav has published one paper on it, number of papers published, but I heard from the clients in 2018 that they are very happy. That is, I think that is the best credential. So jute geotextile, I think I can skip all the introductory slides because it is number of times it is being told. And for someone from the geosynthetic industry, okay, where so much polymer is dominating, what is attracting is the definitely it's it's what I highlighted. It's my experience, the synthetic polymer products, when we are using for erosion control, its drapability is less. Whereas for the jute, wonderful drapability is there. Okay, especially when you are going in a undulating ground, when you are using, if the erosion control mat is not hugging completely the strata, it won't work. It has to hug. Then only it can hold the soil there, and the plants will take its roots. So if that is not happening, it will not work. So there the natural geotextile, especially I think this is again my understanding may be partial, but I think it is one of the best drapable type of erosion control mat. Okay, we call some of our rockfall protection system drapery systems, but I think this is the smartest drapery system. Second is the sustainability point of view. I think it means, and it's giving, I will say that it is giving its life for nourishing the earth. It means, and acting as a mediator, but it is enriching the soil biomix, and it is allowing the moisture to be there. None of this, the synthetic products will not be able to do. So if it is a gentle slope, the best is natural geotextile. You don't have to add anything, just to put the geotextile rolls there, and then the vegetation can come. If it is steeper, yes, we may have to couple it with something, but definitely still the natural geotextile, especially the jute, can be the smarter option. So functions, definitely it is already being told: separation, filtration, drainage, erosion control, and especially when it is going to the rural roads and all. I was talking to Dr. Vasant. So I want to work in rural roads with my polymer products, but the part is that it will become unaffordable. Okay, even if it may be reducing some thickness, it may be increasing the durability, it may be unaffordable. But I can work with the jute geotextile in an affordable way, qualifying way. So definitely, wherever we are or somebody is working in a large scale, you may have to have different cost-effective options. Then only the project will become economical and affordable, and definitely the jute geotextile is a very good option for that. Now coming to this, so I have just taken some of the tables, which is from just Googling, okay? so what if we have to collaborate more? Okay, we are collaborating at present in using the natural geotextiles in different types of projects. But if we have to more collaborate, what need to be available is the technical data sheets, which is talking about its strength, its elongation, its the roll sizes available. So if these type of data are more available, definitely that will be helpful. And again, the different types of the jute geotextiles, the classifications. So this need to be there, because if we have to go in an organizing approach, then we will be able to definitely put in front of the consultants, the clients, wherever we are approaching. So this is my humble submission for the people who are working in the jute geotextile. So I know that the now guidelines are there, codes are there, but if you can a little more popularize the types of the jute geotextiles available, its classification, to more in articles as well as in popular, this type of popular platforms, then that will be useful. Yeah. Now another. So many times we may be able to use it as a standalone product for erosion control, but many times we may have to couple it with some other products also. So the possibility of different composites. So again, Dr. Madhavi was speaking about PVD, a combination of the jute and coir. So she was explaining. So if we can explore more about those type of composites which can combine the different functions, the drainage and hydraulics, or the drapability and even strength factor, or other requirements, that may be again useful. So this is again the submission to the researchers who are available here. So now let me go to my case study. So the mine dumps, it's will not be very pleasant experience to go to the places where mine waste is deposited. I am still remembering in 2000 when I was in Maccaferri, I was having a counterpart, Ravindra Matre. And Ravi was a field engineer, I am a design engineer. And he had to go to the Sigrauli mines. And I used to remember that, how Ravi used to come. He used to come back with a very dull face, totally disappointed, and I'm sitting in an AC office, okay? And he used to come and tell that, I'm really envying you. So it's so bad, it's so depressing to go to that place because it's very lonely, it's so dusty. So I wanted to help him by offering that, okay, one time I can go. But I was having a small son at that time, 1 year old. So my selfishness was not allowing me to tell him that, okay, you sit in office, I can go. I never told that, even if I was really wishing that. Sorry. Okay. So what you are seeing in left top corner, sorry. Yeah, left top corner, the place where Ravi was visiting, the Sigrauli coal mines, with a lot of dump waste material, which is causing disasters during the monsoon, which is completely blocking the roads. And these roads are, in fact, the villagers used to the nearby town. So for everything, the villagers there, they had to go to their nearby town for the education, for the medicine, for for work, and that will be completely getting disturbed when the mine dumps are collapsing during the monsoon. And why they were collapsing? They are collapsing because when they are depositing, when after the mine operation, when they are dumping it, it was going in a steep slope. It was almost going in 60 degree, no problem. Because the soil was having cohesion and angle of internal friction. And the cohesion was good cohesion. But what is happening in the monsoon time? The monsoon time, it is completely losing its cohesion. So what is standing at 65 degree will get spread to 35 degree. And that is blocking the entire roads, and then completely these villages will be cut from the town. And it's completely causing a lot of pollution, and that was the issue. So the solution what they have given was for giving a number of gentle slopes with the toe walls. for correcting the steep slope requirement, they made it gentle and with a number of slopes. And how we came in the picture, because we were having the gabion manufacturing and supply. But with just with the gabion toe walls, gabions are good because it is flexible, it is having draining property. But the slope was, even the gentle slope, that was having a lot of local slips. So the problem of the collapses and pollution was not getting solved. That's why my colleague was very depressed, because if he is going, he is in this dust and pollution. But then Dr. Madhav was a part of the solution makers, and he has suggested the erosion control with the natural geotextiles. So there the jute has come in the picture, and definitely that was being used as the mediator for facilitating the vegetation. So the vegetation which was being used was the local grasses and shrubs. So you can see that the down below photographs, that is the completely it got greened. And 2004, I am remembering, the same Ravindra Matre went there and came back with a happy face, and he told that, you know, those places became the refreshing places now. The people are even coming from the town to spend time there. It's so cool to sit there. It was so hot earlier. So this is how a good bioengineering methods can change the life. We think that it is only about an erosion, but it is about the changing the life pattern, the changing the concept of the slope stability, and that is really worked there. And then up to 2008, I'm remembering, every year, let me talk a little commercial, every year, whenever we think that our turnover is little less, our sales team used to go to Sigrauli and take some orders and coming back. So it was a repeated exercise, and definitely a number of testing centers established for the gabions and geotextiles just for this mine-dump stabilization. In IIT, a big setup has established, Mumbai IIT, and even I will say that even our manufacturing plant got established, number of competition also got established. Okay, so number of by the next 4 or 5 years with this particular project, a number of gabion manufacturers and geosynthetic sellers appeared in India. So it is a powerful case study. So this is the completed structure, and the dumps 30 meter to 120 meter height got stabilized using this. And my attention initially was completely for the gabions, but I realized in later years that the gabions were just, it was like a toe strengthening measure. The real hero was the geotextile and the vegetation. They together has, and drainage, okay, I cannot ignore the drainage, the geotextile, the vegetation and the drainage. These three were there. These three were there, and it's now it is available into Google. You can say just type it, and you can see that it's, you cannot see the soil or strata there. It's completely a greenery can be seen. So this is a Google picture. So post-construction observations. This has definitely came as one of the most sustainable solution, and it has been seen that it's year by year the stability was increasing only, and to our surprise, we were of the thinking that maybe after 3 years jute may not be there. Maybe some maintenance has to be done. Maybe it is it's a mine dumps. When they are depositing some more, when they are dumping some more, some fire hazards may come somewhere, but nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. It's becoming more and more green, and it is getting more and more stabilization is happening. Maybe due to when the monsoon is happening, the moisture retention is happening there in a good way. That may be the reason we don't have to go and do the maintenance or this fire hazards or anything is happening there. And even the gabions, that got more stabilized. We are having a policy that every 5 years collect the samples from the different materials we are supplying and test its stability and durability. So we have collected some of the samples of all the different components which was a part of solution. Not only we supplied, but the part of the solution. And we have seen that everything is intact, starting from the gabion wires, then for the jute geotextile, some part the coir was used, it was being collected. So everything was intact. So that is again, it's definitely the natural geotextiles got a little means and say that biodegradation started, but it was still means and say protecting and facilitating the vegetation growth. So the overall, what we have seen that this is a very good case study, which is not just an Indian case study, it is a global case study now. Now finally, as a part of different caudal committees, I am part of few of the IRC committee with Dr. Vasant, IRCH4. We brought out one slope guidelines this year. Sir, it is printing, right? Vasant sir. Yeah, it is getting printed. And for the natural geotextiles, some paragraphs are there. Then Hill Road Manual, again IRC, the H4, it is G10 committee. It is brought out Hill Road Manual. So one of the chapter is dedicated for erosion control. Again, the natural geotextiles are described there. Another caudal guideline which is available is IRC 56. Now it is under the same IRC H4 committee, the revision of it. There also natural geotextile is coming. And for the highway department, you know, there is an orange book which is seen as something like Gita or Bible. So there, the session 700, I think table 700.7, it is talking about the different erosion control mats in different conditions, how we can select. So it is starting first with the bioengineering materials, the natural geotextiles for slopes up to I think 45 degree. So these are the present codes available. Now there is a BAS code under CED 56, under the Civil Engineering Division of Bureau of Indian Standards. One guideline is entirely dedicated for the natural geotextiles for the landslide control. Otherwise, I know that the Chaudhary sirs, the long years of effort, so many guidelines have come. But this is exclusively for the landslide control for hill infrastructure. And the bioengineering measures, it's a lot of importance is given to the natural geotextiles in the blueprint. But definitely the jute experts, the contributions are required. And as a part of that particular authoring group, I will be approaching you as well as I think Shivkumar Babu sir and Dr. Madhavi also. So I'm concluding here with the request that let us try to really make these informations go in a more popular platforms rather than only in pockets. This deserves that type of a big encouragement from whoever loves the technology and whoever wants the sustainability. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for highlighting the use of jute geotextiles in waste stabilization. And may I request the co-chair of the session, Dr. P.K. Chaudhary, to present the memento to Dr. Minimol Korulla.
Excuse me, I want a small clarification. You are the same Minimol Korulla where we had the IRC at council member in Arkepuram IRC office.
Yes.
Are you the same?
Yeah, it is.
I'm happy to see you in your flying colors.
Okay, we were a part of the disaster committee.
I remember you after 25 gap I'm seeing her, but still she is having that same spirit, and I think give me an opportunity. Excuse me, if you give me an opportunity, I would like to present to my young upcoming.
Yes. Why not?
Sure, ma'am.
Quite natural, she is mini, she has forgotten. I'm Sakama, always I will remember. I will never be enough Amma, always I will be wantum.
You have mentioned her nickname. She is popularly known as Mini. I call her Mini and all the IRC people.
No, mini and enough. Thank you so much. Please apologize if I would have.
And inside the box, there is Madhuka. Idol Madhuka is there. Yeah, inside the box. Memento.
Momento.
Oh.
In the memento, it is in the memento. Jute is more shakti, so in between students.
नहीं, झूठ तो झूठा नहीं होता है, हमेशा सच्चा होता है, इसीलिए हम दोनों इधर मिले.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.